It smells like home outside, the story of how a dog and cat became family. The veterinary clinic's emergency room wafted with the sharp scent of disinfectant and warm tea from a thermos. A technician was logging the animal's health. Dog male, 8 to 10 months old, emaciated, frostbitten paws. Kitten male, 3 to 4 months old, respiratory infection, dehydration. A kind volunteer named Magda smiled at them, as if encouraging little ones before a shot, "Be patient, it will get better soon." While on IV drips, Magda recounted what the neighbors had collected. 2 days ago, someone had opened a car and thrown out a cardboard box. A kitten jumped out and hid under the stairs. The dog ran after it, but didn't run away, it stayed. He lay down next to her and didn't move, even when the house shook with slamming doors and the kids teased her with a stick. That night, they were spotted again in the same corner. The dog was shivering and covering the kitten with his paw, as if warming it with a hot water bottle. In the morning, the janitor, Mr. Marek, couldn't stand it. "How can you be so heartless?" He was covering the kitten with his paw. People didn't understand, but someone finally did. Magda understood and came. A few days later, the situation became almost routine. The dog was given a temporary cage next to the cat section. But keeping them apart was impossible. They both went crazy from separation. It was enough to close the partition for a second. The dog would start looking for a crack, and the kitten would drop its bowl and follow the sound. The doctor sighed and wrote in the chart, "Return only together." A brief summary of what saved the animals: intervention of neighbors, timely assistance from the clinic, volunteer support, and public fundraising. They were given names: the dog, Stefan, and the kitten, Mihalek. Simple, homely names, the kind that make you want to shout from the balcony, Stefan, Mihalek. Stefan quickly learned to trust. He realized that the bowl would reappear even after sleep, and that there are people who not only slam doors, but also quietly hand over a warm blanket. Mihalek stopped coughing and began purring so loudly that Stefan pressed his ear to his warm belly and fell asleep. A wave of kindness from the neighbors. An old woman from home brought a carrier and a few coins from her pension. A courier organized a collection in the yard and delivered the first bag of food. A girl in a red hat drew a sign, "Please don't separate them," and hung it on the clinic door. The clinic administration, fortunately, sent hot coffee and paper for the flyers. "Sorry for the abruptness, hang in there." But 2 weeks later, the hardest part arrived: finding a permanent home for the two of them. The ads constantly featured phrases like, "We'll take a dog," "We'll find a cat later," or "I'll take a cat, I'm having problems with the dog." We answered honestly, "Only together. If we're apart, they'll come back." There followed refusals, promises to think about it, and doubts: what if they get bored?